Chapter 11, Weapon and Weapon as One. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 10 minutes passed quickly, the third round of competition has also begun. All the students are looking forward to this exciting competition. As all the students got into position, the referee said loudly. The third round of competition has officially begun. Please summon the pet beasts from both sides. Shangguan Fu is in the number 1 arena. The opponent is Song Dehai, a genius boy from number 2 middle school. His awakened talent is B-level Iron Wall, which has the largest increase in pet beasts with Earth attributes. If you choose a meaty Earth attribute pet, it will be a real Iron Wall, harder than a turtle shell. Shangguan Fu was seen standing upright in the ring. You need money, you need looks, you need talent. He is also the Prince Charming in the hearts of many girls. All students are curious about what his beast control is. Even teachers from major high schools are no exception. The unknown is always the most curious. Everyone was talking a lot, and some even opened a gambling table to bet on Shangguan Fu's pet beast. This shows Shangguan Fu's influence. Although he had long hair that reached his shoulders, he didn't look weak at all. His hair was tied back, his body was tall and straight, and his eyes were sharp. Wearing a black tight-fitting outfit, he has a very tall and straight figure. He has an extraordinary temperament and a tough guy feel. At this time, Shangguan Fu gives people a feeling of confidence, and this kind of confidence is not facing a certain person, but even if I face a talented boy who has been famous for a long time, I am still invincible. There is such a belief in it. This invisible momentum makes people feel that his strength is far more mysterious than his appearance. Shangguan Fu is the new generation genius of our number 1 middle school. It is said that his potential to control beasts has most likely reached the monarch level. Even the principal of number 1 middle school was extremely impressed by this pet beast. He even praised Shangguan Fu as a rare one in 100 years in number 1 middle school. The genius I met can make the principal of number 1 middle school say something like this, so you can imagine how confident he is in Shangguan Fu. Yes, I heard that his talent is still higher than Luo Yang's. What he awakened seems to be an S-level enhanced talent. Although Luo Yang's current strength is not weak, it is far from the same S-level talent. Now it's fun to watch. I don't know who will win in the end. Let's wait and see. The classmates in number 2 middle school were talking about it, and all their eyes were fixed on Shangguan Fu, just to see the true face of his beloved beast in Lushan. At present, it can be seen that Shangguan Fu has the highest voice. Shangguan Fu said calmly. Come out, Qitong. The arena was instantly dyed red, and the air became extremely hot. Even the spectator seats outside the mask could feel the temperature rising. As the flames dissipated, a red-eyed sword suddenly appeared. The fiery red blade was engraved with complex lines and exuded bursts of burning aura. It looked like a blazing flame, full of destructive power. I saw the red pupils waving randomly in the air, making a whimpering sound, with a sinister aura. Seeing the pet beast in the ring, the spectators sighed. Everyone is guessing what kind of pet it will be. I have basically guessed all the pet beasts, but I have not guessed the weapon-type pet beast. Most people are still very unfamiliar with weapon beasts. Although weapon beasts are powerful, they also have great limitations. Although he has independent consciousness, he still needs to operate it personally, which will lead to an increasing risk factor. In addition, most of the beast masters' contracted beasts are meant to avoid danger, so how could they put themselves in danger? As for pet beasts, they don't have so many worries, but the weapon beast also has an advantage. It is not afraid of pain, but if the body of the weapon spirit is damaged, the weapon spirit itself will be injured. At that time, what is more important than repairing the body is repairing the soul. This is why everyone is extremely surprised. If it were someone else's contracted beast, they might say that person was sick. But now that the object of the contract is Shangguan Fu, they will think that the contracted weapon spirit must have something to say. What? The one Shangguan Fu contracted is actually a weapon-type beast. Are you so brave? The first pet beast is a weapon spirit. Show off, it's so cool. Shangguan Fu is really big at playing. He really dares to think about pet beasts. I just don't know if there is any explanation. Come on and slap me in the face. I can't stand it anymore, that everyone is actively discussing it, but everyone can only understand the surface. What the 5 principals see at the principals' table is different. put aside things and look at the essence. What a great person has come out of number 1 middle school. I think Shengguan Fu has awakened an S-level talent, weapons and weapons. He also has a contract with monarch-level potential Qi Tong. This boy's future achievements are not low. Principal Yang Gujing Wubo looked at Shengguan Fu, and it was impossible to tell whether he was happy or worried from his eyes. Principal Yang has amazing eyesight. This boy has indeed awakened an S-level talent, weapons and weapons. However, the contract with red eyes was the boy's own idea. We only learned of the result after his contract was successful. Besides, your schoolmate Luo Yang is no worse than Guan Fu. I'm really looking forward to the collision between the two geniuses. Ning Jiansong, the principal of number 1 middle school, had a red face and couldn't stop smiling. His eyes were full of pride when he looked at Shengguan Fu. A student like this would probably wake up from his dreams with laughter. The talent of integrating weapons and weapons is very special. This talent can only be fully utilized by contracted weapon beasts. With this talent, the pet and the beast master are integrated into one. The beast master's combat power in this state is very terrifying, and he is not afraid of pain just like the weapon pet. Of course, this talent is not invincible. This state is a great test of the soul strength of the weapon spirit, otherwise it will not last long and will disintegrate. Therefore, it is very important for the owner of this kind of talent to have the first weapon pet. If a weapon spirit with low potential is contracted, it will greatly affect the strength of the beast master. At that time, it will be very weak when facing the beast master of the same level. After the Dragon Country's research, the potential of this kind of talent pet must not be lower than the Lord level. The weapon spirit reaching the Lord level can only be said to have just reached the standard. It is naturally better to find a pet with stronger potential. Those who can find the monarch level potential can be said to have a huge advantage in the early stage. Unless you encounter a cheater, you are basically invincible. Luo Yang looked at the red-eyed knife, and his heart was clear. Shengguan Fu needs a whetstone, and he Luo Yang also needs it. It depends on who can be more skilled. Name, red-eyed blade, attribute, fire, feature, flames and fires, level, LV4, elite, potential, LV60, monarch, racial skills, 1, fire god /35/100, a glimpse of the way, 2. Flame enhancement, 30/100, a glimpse of the way. Evolution route, 1, Luo Yang looked at the introduction panel. It was extremely luxurious, and even awakened the characteristics. At the same time, he had basically guessed Shengguan Fu's S-level talent. Looking at the S-level talents recorded in the Dragon Kingdom, there is only one talent that matches it. Weapon and weapon are one. It really lives up to the name. Luo Yang said secretly, if his talent was only the S-level evolution he really couldn't be compared with Shengguan Fu. With Shengguan Fu's example, other students and teachers also understood it. Damn, Shengguan Fu's talent is actually the combination of weapons and weapons. The red-eyed sword in his contract is really amazing. Look at Song Dahai on the opposite side. He has started to wipe his sweat. Come and enjoy Shengguan Fu's first battle and see the charm of the red-eyed sword. Now it seems that no matter whether it is O Xiaoqiang or Luo Yang, Shengguan Fu is not enough to chop them alone. His first show is the peak. Let's wait and see. Anyway, I think the most handsome one is the reader who is reading. As the old saying goes, the most handsome one is the reader. Everyone is having a heated discussion. They are all arguing for the people they like. Chapter 12 Earth Turtle. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Song Dahai's pet is the Earth Turtle with the Earth attribute, boom, boom, boom. As soon as it appeared, even the arena could feel the obvious vibration, as if it was carrying a mountain on its back. The complete Earth Turtle can even carry a whole mountain and river on its back. The price of this is to convert speed into defense and attack. Although the speed of turtle pets is the slowest among the same level, but the Earth Turtle's full-body defense is more terrifying than metal. Under the blessing of gravity, even pets known for their strength can hardly resist it with one claw, and its body is completely wrapped, and ordinary people can't penetrate its tortoise shell at all. Combined with Song Dahai's talent, the defense is fully maxed out, and it will definitely develop into a giant meat shield in the future. It's too tough, too tough. Let's make a bold prediction. How long will it take Shangguan Fu to pass the level? This Earth Black Turtle is so tough, it will take at least 10 minutes. That's still slow. The red-eyed blade is both offensive and defensive. Its only drawback is the cooling. This match will probably take about 5 minutes. Song Dehai's face suddenly darkened when he heard this. These people look down on him too much. They even regard him as a unit of measurement. Doesn't he know what his talent is? As all the pets on the ring were in place, the match officially began. Song Dehai's Earth Black Turtle slapped the ground with both palms, and everyone could clearly feel the clear vibration on the ring. At the same time, there were several more layers of defense around the tortoise shell. Several layers of thick earth armor wrapped the Earth Black Turtle tightly inside and out. This is the race skill of the Earth Black Turtle, Black Earth Armor. 6 earth armors were formed around itself, and each earth armor could resist external damage. Song Dehai was under too much pressure, and even with the Schwantu armor, he still felt unsafe. Iron Wall. Song Dehai's body shook, and the earth yellow energy poured into the body of the Earth Black Turtle. The yellow body of the Earth Black Turtle was constantly changing to a dark brown color, and the body of the pet was twice as large. The whole process was completed in an instant. Luo Yang could clearly feel how meaty this guy was now after watching it. Name, Earth Black Turtle. Attribute, Earth. Level, LV3, Elite. Potential, LV39, Extraordinary. Racial skills, 1, Schwantu armor. 15 out of 100, Initial glimpse. Evolution route, 10. Song Dehai didn't think about winning at all, he just thought that delaying a little more time would be victory. Shangguan Fu reached out and held the red-eyed knife in his hand, and the momentum of the whole person also changed dramatically. At the same time, the energy transformed from the flame of the red-eyed knife turned into flame armor to protect the whole body. The long black hair instantly turned red, and from a distance it looked like a scorching flame. This is a combined skill, weapon and weapon as one. In the combined state, Shangguan Fu's state also reached its peak. He pushed hard with his back foot, and the flames on the red pupil knife instantly rose. Who will be better in this battle between spear and shield? One side represented the ultimate killing, and the other side had 3 layers of defense buffs. This level of confrontation was basically full of gold content for them who were still in the novice period. Boom! The Earth Turtle was not willing to be outdone, and used its huge body to slam into it. Shangguan Fu tiptoed, and the whole person jumped into the air with the force, and the red pupil knife in his hand slashed down fiercely. Boom! The collision between the two produced a violent shock. The Earth Turtle had a painful expression, and it was obvious that it was not comfortable with the previous attack, and the scorching flames were still eroding its body. The Earth Turtle's defense was as fragile as tofu in front of the red pupil knife. Shangguan Fu did not stop. His body actually bounced off the Earth Turtle, and his sword finger gently brushed the back of the knife. The flame energy surged instantly, and the red-eye knife was awe-inspiring. The blade pointed directly at the sky. Fire God slash. What a terrible knife. They are both students. Why is he so outstanding? There were gasps from the audience. Song Dehai was shocked. His defense was already amazing among his peers, and Shangguan Fu's strength was too terrifying. He had no way to take it head-on. Roared! The Earth Turtle roared to the sky, and the black earth armor merged into one, turning into a huge earth shield. The huge body pressed towards Shangguan Fu again with the earth shield. Shangguan Fu was too strong. Even if Song Dehai tried his best, he still couldn't fight him. The gap between the two sides was too big. No way, I've tried my best. Song Dehai wiped the sweat from his forehead helplessly. I give up. The winner of the number 1 ring is Shangguan Fu. The referee announced the result of the competition. Number of draws, 10. Draw 30 points of skill proficiency dropped from the red-eyed knife. Number of draws, 5. Draw 17 points of skill proficiency dropped from the Earth Black Turtle. As expected, the proficiency dropped by the red-eyed knife is undoubtedly the highest, and only one person contributed 300 points of proficiency. As the students of number 5 middle school lost, a total of 15 students successfully advanced to the next round. Only Luo Yang and Lin Yue are left among the 6 students of number 5 middle school. The other students were defeated. Is the tragedy of last year going to repeat itself? This is everyone's inner question. Don't think too much, we still have a chance. Although some teachers tried to comfort them, everyone knew that this exchange competition was full of hidden talents. The geniuses in number 1 middle school and number 2 middle school are all very talented. After the elimination round, the remaining ones are basically all masters. I'd better doubt it before I believe it. 10 minutes of rest time. Now start the new round of lottery. There will be a special buy for this competition. The students who are drawn will automatically enter the next round, that is, automatically enter the quarterfinals. The remaining 14 people will be divided into 7 groups. Now everyone will come forward to draw the match lottery in turn. The queue order is also in the order of number 1 middle school to number 5 middle school. If number 5 middle school can make it into the top 3, I will run naked around Anqing 3 times. This flag has been set. It depends on whether they can live up to it. TSK, who are you looking down on? You are so timid. I am not bragging. If you win, you will give me a candy and praise me to everyone. I know you, kid. Don't use the name of betting to do what you like. You can't control it. As the crowd started to make noise, everyone's bets became more and more outrageous, and finally they even started to bet. The students next to them called him a warrior. As the draw was over, after everyone's battle tickets were opened, as a result, the only buy ticket was drawn by Luo Yang, who automatically entered the quarterfinals. Everyone's opponents were determined. The strength of the others was basically the same, the obvious gap would only be reflected when they took the Beastmaster. University exam later, but I didn't expect. Lin Yue had bad luck. The opponent was actually Oh Xiaoqiang. It seemed that number 2 middle school was in a fight with number 5 middle school. It would be interesting if Oh Xiaoqiang eliminated all the students from number 5 middle school. Damn, Lin Yue is so ungrateful. Her opponent is actually that catfish spirit. If you can't beat her, just admit defeat. Don't try to be brave. If you lose, just cry in my arms. Oh Xiaoqiang also smiled with satisfaction when he looked at the match sign. Although his opponent is not Luo Yang, he is also a student from number 5 middle school. It's fun again. I'm so looking forward to it. Chapter 13 Extraction Skills. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After learning about the opponent, Lu Rushuang also came to Lin Yue. Yue, remember not to be aggressive in the next game. Everyone knows who Oh Xiaoqiang is. Don't let him find an opportunity to take advantage of you. Teacher Lu, don't worry, I won't be impulsive. Lin Yue said softly. Lu Rushuang nodded with satisfaction. She also knew that it was a good thing for young people to be motivated, but they should not be blind. The impulsiveness of the gap between the two sides was too big, which was to seek death. Prepared to turn around to see what Luo Yang was doing, I saw Luo Yang lying in the viewing area and fell asleep, and no one disturbed him. Some classmates even felt that the sunlight was a bit dazzling and took the initiative to help block the sunlight. The main reason was that all the proficiency had been drawn, and they were all newly contracted pets, so there was nothing to watch in the game, because after the same target has drawn all the proficiency that can be drawn within a day, the skill proficiency will not drop when the skill is released again. This bug is also normal. If you can brush it infinitely within a day, you don't have to do anything and just find a large event, you can brush it enough at one time. This kid is really open-minded. He can even fall asleep in such a tense atmosphere. Lu Rushuang had to admire such a big-hearted player. Luo Yang is really open-minded. He slept during other people's competitions. Is he open-minded or is he confident in himself? Forget it. Let's call him when the competition is about to start. Facing the only seedling in number 5 middle school, Lu Rushuang also tried her best to give him the best. Time passed quickly. The competition for the quarterfinals was also extremely fierce. It can be found that the final winners are basically geniuses at the level of pillars of other high schools. Even their names are familiar to everyone. The list of the quarterfinals. Luo Yang was the first to advance by luck. The competition went very quickly, with students being eliminated continuously. Soon it was the turn of the last game of the quarterfinals, Oh Xiaoqiang vs Lin Yue. There was basically no suspense in this game. Oh Xiaoqiang was at least a favorite to win. it was not easy to enter the quarterfinals. Everyone, including the teacher, was not optimistic about Lin Yue's victory. Please come on stage and summon your beasts. Xiaoqiang looked at Lin Yue with a bad expression. He wanted to personally eliminate all the students from the 5th middle school. As a huge wave rolled up around Xiaoqiang, the Tide Messenger stood on the wave. There were special patterns around the black body, which gave a great sense of oppression, due to the difference in the potential of the pets and the talent of the beasts. The Ice Fox was much weaker when facing the Tide Messenger after it appeared. The Ice Fox's ice-blue pupils reflected a strong unwillingness. At the same time, snowflakes floated around the Ice Fox. Ice Fox, don't feel pressured, I will fight side by side with you. Lin Yue communicated with her soul. The snowflakes were spinning in the air, layers of snowflakes condensed and turned into a white snake flying towards the Tide Messenger. The ice snake spit out its tongue and made a sharp hiss. Hee, not bad, you still have some strength. Xiaoqiang smiled and was slightly surprised, but the movement of his hands did not stop at all. The ice snake instantly wrapped around the waist of the Tide Messenger. The Tide Messenger had a disdainful expression and swung his giant tail. Crack. In an instant, the ice snake broke and turned into countless fragments. These ice fragments rushed towards the Tide Messenger. Unable to withstand a single blow. Xiaoqiang smiled indifferently, and the Tide Messenger opened his huge mouth, and instantly huge waves rolled, and ice and snow flew all over the sky. Xiaoqiang easily blocked this move. Without even stimulating his own talent, the Tide Messenger moved with the waves. The speed was extremely fast. Then he swung out his giant tail heavily. Half of the ring area fell into darkness. Everyone was amazed at the strength of Xiaoqiang. The Ice Fox roared in pain. It was hit hard and flew away, hitting the light shield. Puff. The Ice Fox's mouth was bleeding, and the giant tail hit it with terrifying force, and its body was almost smashed to pieces. Under the horrible impact, the Ice Fox had no chance to fight back. Even when it was lying on the ground, it still felt the blood and qi in its body surge. As expected of the pillar of number 2 middle school, I am not your opponent. Lin Yue recognized the reality. It would be useless to challenge the Ice Fox except to increase its injuries. Did I say that the students of your number 5 middle school are all trash? A bunch of trash. Xiaoqiang snorted coldly. I think the Beast Taming Association should also be properly managed. It has been at the bottom for 4 consecutive years. This teaching quality is very worrying. Xiaoqiang mocked unceremoniously. The grievances between the 2 high schools had already been formed in the previous generations. The students of number 5 middle school were very upset when they heard this. Damn it, this Xiaoqiang really deserves to die. He is angry, but his Tide Messenger is too oppressive. Now we only have 1 seedling left in number 5 middle school. I don't have any hope anymore. Luo Yang rubbed his sleepy eyes. He was awakened by the noisy sounds around him. He glanced at the competition on the ring. Suddenly, Luo Yang stood up suddenly, staring at the ring. On the ring, there was a special ball of light, emitting a dazzling light. Number of draws, 1. Draw the skill blessing dropped by the Ice Fox *1. Finally I saw the dropped skill, let's learn it. As the skill light ball was extracted, it turned into a blue stream of light and drilled into the mind of the Spirit Sword Master. The blue light represents that the skill has reached the rare level. Pet beast skills also have levels. They are white common, blue rare, purple epic, red legendary, and golden mythical. Name, Spirit Sword Master. Attribute, gold. Feature, Sword Heart Clear. Level, LV4, Elite. Potential, LV60, Monarch. Racial. Skills, Speed, 0/500, Mastery, Star-Shattering Sword Chi 0/500, Mastery. Comprehension Skills, Blessing, 0 out of 100, First Glimpse. Skill Proficiency, 780. Alienation Route, Spirit Sword Master. Spirit Sword Master. Luo Yang was also very satisfied after checking the skill information. This is an amplification skill. There is no attribute restriction. The attack of the pet beast that casts blessing can be increased by 5%, don't underestimate this 5%, under the same level, this 5% may be the key to your winning the game. The most important thing is that blessing requires a clear mind, so the ability to purify is included. Although the duration is short, it can be said to be quite useful. Luo Yang's sleepiness was also wiped out by joy. Raise the blessing to the advanced level. Comprehension skill, blessing, 0/500, advanced level. Anyway, my skill proficiency points are enough. After the blessing is raised, the attack time and purification time are extended. With Lin Youwei's defeat, the list of the top 8 has also been released. They are Sheng Guanfu, Tian Bin, Wan Menger from number 1 middle school, O Xiaoqiang and Wang Hao from number 2 middle school, Chen Xing from number 3 middle school, Han Fei from number 4 middle school, and Luo Yang from number 5 middle school. You can see that the gap is huge. The comprehensive strength of the students of number 1 middle school and number 2 middle school is far ahead of other schools. Even if Sheng Guanfu is not counted, the other students of number 1 middle school can be overwhelmed. Is this the charm of number 1 middle school? The top 8 took up 3 places. Let us congratulate number 1 middle school for winning the 4396th Friendly Tournament Championship. Classic, too classic. Come on, the warm-up is over, and the main competition is finally about to begin. The intensity this year is much higher than in previous years. In previous years, we didn't see so many gods fighting. Please invite the top 8 players to come on stage to draw lots. This round will compete for the top 4 places. It also concerns the school ranking. After all, although it is a friendly match, there are still media recording. Once there is any news, it will be reported as soon as possible. The higher the ranking, the more it can improve the reputation of the school. Everyone came on stage to draw lots. The battle list has also been announced. Luo Yang's opponent is Wang Hao from number 2 middle school. It seems that God wants them to fight against number 2 middle school. Then let's start with you. Chapter 14, Carrion Toad. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Both sides summoned their beasts. Luo Yang opened the beast control space, and Xiaoling walked out step by step, holding a sword in his right hand, with sword energy running all over his body, and his strength has been significantly improved. The opposite Wang Hao was extremely fat, and a little short, with a face full of pits and bumps that could be used for farming, and he also wore glasses. He looked like a walking pumpkin. Luo Yang shook his head after watching. This number 2 middle school regards fat as beautiful. From teachers to students, all are fat. The food is good, and there is no student who weighs less than 200 kilograms. If they were thin, I guess number 2 middle school would not accept them. That I just don't know if this kid's pet can bring a little surprise to people. Before Wang Hao went on stage, the teacher and O Xiaoqiang had already issued a death order, and this battle can only win and not lose. As the pets of both sides appeared, Luo Yang looked at the huge toad on the opposite side. It was covered with huge pustules, and even white sticky liquid flowed out of it. The most disgusting thing was that there were pieces of extremely black rotten meat on its body. You can even faintly see the worms wriggling inside. You can smell the rotten stench on him from a long distance away. He is simply a walking biochemical weapon. Those who can choose this as a pet are all awesome people. Ugh! What is this thing? Luo Yang was stunned when he saw this thing. Oh my god, the worms in the rotten meat have fallen out. It's so disgusting. Luo Yang covered his nose and watched the worms constantly falling from the toad on the ring. The key is that the toad saw the worms falling out. He even stuck out his tongue and rolled it into his mouth to chew it, and the green juice dripped from the corner of his mouth. If you can't even stand this little scene, give up as soon as possible, and then shout that number 5 middle school will never be as good as number 2 middle school. Wang Hao laughed loudly, and the fat on his body trembled wildly. In the eyes of others, it is an extremely disgusting creature, but in his eyes, it is a supreme treasure. He has had a special hobby since he was a child. He has no feelings for normal pets. Only this kind of pet can win his heart and he can't let it go. The school also arranged a doctor to check and concluded that the psychology is different. Although the contract is a pet, it is already extremely outstanding with his talent. His popularity in number 2 middle school is second only to O Xiaoqiang. What's the situation with number 2 middle school? Why are there so many strange pets? and each one is uglier than the other. I don't want to eat for 3 days. Stop talking nonsense and see the truth on the field. If you have the courage, then let everyone see the power of the corpse toad. The students watching the game saw the corpse toad, and they all looked like they had eaten a lump of olega. Name, corpse toad, attribute, poison, level, LV4, elite, potential, LV44, lord, racial skill, corrosive poison tongue, 20/100, first look, evolution route, 2, the game begins. The corpse toad kicked its legs hard, and it was very fast, approaching Xiaoling in the blink of an eye. Seeing this, Xiaoling stepped back a few steps and dodged easily. Roar! The rotten corpse toad opened its mouth and sprayed a black mist, which quickly spread and covered the entire venue. Wherever the black mist went, the ground turned black. The students watching the game looked confused. Did they just watch in vain? This rotten corpse toad actually has toxins, and this toxin is more powerful than ordinary toxins. Luo Yang frowned. The toxins invaded a very wide range, almost penetrating every detail. Seeing this, the rotten corpse toad screamed again and pounced forward again. Xiaoling dodged while thinking about countermeasures. Toxins not only affect vision, but also pollute the body. If they touch the skin, it will cause the skin to ulcerate and finally ulcerate into meat paste. The fat man was very proud. No one could walk out of the poisonous mist of his toad intact. The toxins of this rotten corpse toad are too vicious. It is simply destroying the body. Xiaoling, use the blessing, be careful not to get contaminated by the poison. Master, don't worry. Xiaoling took a deep breath and stopped. The light of blessing rippled on her body. The rotten corpse toad saw that Xiaoling didn't run away, and immediately chased after her. The poison of the rotten corpse toad is difficult to resist, but Wang Hao has full confidence in his talent. Even if Shengwan Fu is contaminated, don't think it will be easy. Even Xiaoling's agility makes it difficult to avoid the corrosive toxins. But blessing has the function of purifying filth. The more Xiaoling avoids, the more flaws are exposed. Just when Xiaoling was about to be bitten by the rotten corpse toad, the long sword was unsheathed. The violent metallic energy cut through the black fog. The rotten corpse toad screamed and the rotten flesh on its body fell off. The rotten flesh fell to the ground, making a hissing sound, which was particularly harsh. What the hell is this thing? It can actually block my corrosive black fog. The rotten toad was shocked. His body was not comparable to ordinary flesh. After the body rotted and regrown, it was hard enough to imagine. Dirty thing. Let me purify you. Xiaoling suddenly had several more golden energies on his body. Then he rushed forward and slashed the arm of the rotten toad with his long sword. The corrosive toad saw that the situation was not right and spit out its black tongue, corrosive poisonous tongue. Prepared to wrap Xiaoling. Go back. Puff. The tongue of the rotten toad was cut off by Xiaoling, and blood splattered everywhere. The carrion toad was in agony. Its tongue was its most powerful means of attack. How could it be cut off so easily? So strong. This kid is a formidable enemy. Wang Hao's expression changed drastically when he saw this. The explosion of this sword-like pet beast was too terrifying, and he couldn't fight it at all. Since I can't beat you, I will use all my strength to force you out. Wang Hao's mind was extremely delicate, and it would be difficult for others to take action without forcing him to use some means. Cut! Xiaoling snorted coldly and stabbed the corpse toad in the chest with his long sword. Bang! The long sword penetrated its body easily, and the carrion toad's proud flesh looked like it was made of paper in front of the little spirit. The carrion toad rolled in pain and tried to struggle away, but the sharpness of the little spirit sword was far beyond that of ordinary weapons. Boom! The carrion toad was rolling on the ground in pain. Its body is constantly twisting and expanding. Luo Yang was shocked when he saw this. Oops, the carrion toad is going to explode the carrion on its surface. Little spirit, be careful. Bang! A loud voice sounded. The carrion toad suddenly exploded. Black smoke filled the air, and the carrion was blown into countless pieces, but the surrounding air is polluted. A stench quickly dispersed around, and finally the school's beast master took action to purify the air, otherwise, everyone will be guilty again. Xiaoling was covered in black smoke, but her body was not contaminated in any way, and was only slightly affected by the explosion, in the moment of crisis just now. Xiaoling used his spiritual power to protect his whole body. Luo Yang hid in a blind corner to avoid the carrion in the sky, then Xiaoling moved and quickly left the range of the black smoke. In the center of the ring, the carrion toad collapsed to the ground. When the carrion toad exploded, Wang Hao was very close to the center of the explosion, and he was too heavy to dodge in time. Unfortunately, he was affected by the explosion and was covered in rotten flesh. Even medical staff have no idea what to do. Chapter 15, The Birth of the Top 4. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Doctor, help me quickly. Wang Hao opened his mouth, and a piece of rotten meat hanging from his hair even fell into his mouth. Ugh, vomit, vomit, help. There were disgusting insects swarming in the dark rotten flesh. This feeling made Wang Hao want to die. Although he loved the carrion toad, he couldn't do something that was beyond the scope of human beings and let him eat carrion. The medical staff next to him frowned, not knowing where to start. There are rotten flesh and bugs all over the body. Just looking at it can make you vomit out 3 days' worth of food. Those who can persist through it are brave men. Lead him to an open space, then let Squirtle use the water gun to wash away all the rotten flesh on his body. After washing, let him go home and wash himself. In the end, it was the teacher from number 2 middle school who made the decision. Looking at the dark Wang Hao, even the teacher was helpless and did not dare to show his disgust, so he could only ask him to go back and rest early. But Xiaoqiang's face next to him didn't look good. This guy's strength has exceeded his imagination. You must know that it takes a lot of effort for him to deal with Wang Hao. But Luo Yang defeated him easily. The strength of both sides is evident. But if everything is done, he will not regret it. As the referee announces the result of the game, Luo Yang successfully entered the semi-finals. Even if they are eliminated in the semi-finals, the top 5 teams will still not be at the bottom. Now it is the turn of number 3 middle school and number 4 middle school to have a headache. Number 3 middle school and number 4 middle school, who were still colluding at first, quickly broke up after watching the game. Now whoever loses will be at the bottom, and the media likes to exaggerate. When the enrollment plan is lowered, each of them will be involved. Now, the most important thing is to think about how to subvert the other party. Now the two sides are just at odds with each other. Luo Yang is awesome. He's so handsome. This is what he should do. It's so enjoyable to watch. It's so beautiful. Our number 5 middle school finally defeated the students from number 2 middle school in a friendly match. We are proud and proud. I have been holding this feeling in my heart for a long time. The students of number 5 middle school were filled with indignation. The grievances between the number 5 middle school and the number 2 middle school have long been deeply rooted in the hearts of the people, and their collisions in every friendly match are extremely fierce. When you go out, you have to be careful of the other party's evil hands. Luo Yang, who returned to the viewing area, began to review the previous game. Fortunately, I have the skill to pray, otherwise it would not be so easy to win. The blue star is so big, and each monster has different characteristics. Don't underestimate any monster. Xiao Ling did very well. I'll give you a chicken drumstick when I go back. Xiao Ling is special because her statistics are hexagonal, and any one of them will be at the top level, and so far, no pet beast can force out the ultimate move of Shattering Star Sword Chi. Even Luo Yang was looking forward to its power after breaking through to the next level of Broken Star Sword Chi. The top 4 spots will be announced soon. Not surprisingly, they are Shengguan Fu, O Xiaoqiang, Luo Yang, and Chen Sheng, the A-level talent holder of number 3 middle school. All the students from the number 4 middle school were eliminated, and the bottom position was impossible to escape. You can see that the principal of number 4 middle school in the jury box has cold eyes, and he even has thoughts of murder. When the media next to them saw this, they quickly ordered the people in the shock team to write a wonderful report. Shock. The principal of number 4 middle school actually, who knows? In the judge's box, Principal Yang Wanghua said, the quality of the students this year is much higher than in previous years. Even the competition is full of excitement. This year's top 4 students are basically the first place in previous years. Yes, I checked the student information in other cities, and the results are no surprise. The quality of students this year is generally higher. Perhaps a new era of Beast Masters is coming. After all, you can get a glimpse of the frequency of births in the secret realm. The principal of number 1 middle school is a gray-haired old man, with somewhat cloudy eyes that seem to look back further than others. The great era is coming, and the children will become stronger at a faster pace, and we must fight to the end. Great times bring opportunities and tragedies. Geniuses are springing up from all walks of life, but only a few can reach the top of the pyramid. If the sky falls, there will still be someone tall to hold it up. What are you afraid of? Let's wait and see who will win the championship in this friendly match. In the future, Ungshi will still rely on these young people. Principals from major universities held heated discussions, although they sometimes fight internally, externally they are united. Invite 4 students to come on stage. Luo Yang and others boarded the ring. After entering the semi-finals, the number of spectators at the scene also increased. The number 5 middle school directly opened the auditorium. As long as students and members of the public came in, they could watch the game and experience the atmosphere of the scene. Many people were attracted by the media live broadcast. These 4 people can be said to be the leaders of the new generation in Ungshi. It's just that it hasn't grown up yet, so I can take this opportunity to take more pictures. If they had the courage to grow up, they wouldn't dare to slap her in the face. In the ring, Luo Yang thought to himself, I hope the draw will not disappoint me. O Xiaoqiang didn't have the courage to continue to say harsh words at this moment, and he had to pay the price for his talk. It's fine if you win, but if you lose, you really can't hold your head high. The referee took out 4 slips of paper. Luo Yang chose the first one without hesitation. The other 3 people stepped forward and made their selections. The referee checked them one by one, then announced it. The list of the top 4 challengers has been announced. Shang Guanfu from number 1 middle school will play against Chen Xing from number 3 middle school, and O Xiaoqiang from number 2 middle school will play against Luo Yang from number 5 middle school. Please take a break, the game is about to begin. Everyone looked at the list and fell into a heated discussion. It's so exciting. Today is really a game of grudges. It depends on who can be better. The winner will start to settle accounts. Can number 5 middle school defeat number 2 middle school and complete the historical feat today? After the top 4, the game was also moved to a bigger arena. The first game was between Shang Guanfu and Chen Xing. Both sides were in high spirits. As a new generation player, the opponent looked at the high-spirited Shang Guanfu and his inner thoughts surged. He wanted to challenge the new king. Even if this goal is an unreachable peak, he is not afraid. This is the young man. It doesn't matter if you lose, but you can't lose the courage to challenge. Shang Guanfu looked at the eyes full of fighting spirit on the other side. His expression remained unchanged. Genius. That's just the threshold to challenge him. The referee was very sensible as he watched the atmosphere gradually become more subtle. The competition for the finals of the top 4 officially begins. The first match is between Shang Guanfu and Chen Xing. Please focus the camera on the field. Let us look forward to the exciting duel between the 2 sides. As the beasts of both sides appeared on the stage, the entire field became half fire and half darkness. Chen Xing's pet is a dark shadow elf, wandering in the darkness. The shadow elf is the real god of death in the darkness. This battle between fire and darkness is about to start. You are a good opponent, but not strong enough. Chapter 16 Dark Sky. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Shang Guanfu spoke in a calm tone, but this was also Shang Guanfu's recognition of him. His eyes fell on the black-clothed young man opposite. For Shang Guanfu, this was just a stepping stone for him. He never took these geniuses seriously. His goal was Beijing and Shanghai. That was the world of beast control he longed for, and the place he wanted to fight. He wanted to make himself stronger and become a real strong man. If you are not strong enough, then make yourself stronger. Tianbin smiled. The 2 of them were full of hostility in their words and deeds. The game begins. With an order, Tianbin's shadow elf merged into the darkness. His attack speed was extremely fast, flickering in space. His body was like a ghost, erratic and unpredictable. Shangguan Fu's reaction was extremely fast, directly entered the fusion state. He had also heard of Chen Sheng's talent on the opposite side, which was similar to the field-type talent, called Dark Sky Curtain. It can cover the area with darkness, and neither the pets nor the beast masters in the dark area will be restricted. With the dark pet, the combat power is amazing, but Shangguan Fu is experienced. Even if his vision is blocked, he is not panicked at all. The red pupil knife cuts out a flaming blade, constantly testing the darkness, forcing the opponent out of his position. As long as there is a spiritual power fluctuation on the opponent's body, he can clearly sense it. At the same time, the Shadow Elf is also waiting for an opportunity in the darkness, walking in the darkness, looking for opportunities. Shangguan Fu's mental power has always been highly concentrated, and after the fusion, even without vision, he is still very sensitive to spiritual energy fluctuations. In just a few seconds, the two rays of light collided on the competition stage, causing huge energy fluctuations. Ding ding ding. The two light balls are constantly intertwining. Every time the Shadow Elf makes a move, Shangguan Fu senses it, and after easily resisting it, Shangguan Fu can still find an opportunity to attack, and every time the skills collide, the Shadow Elf's hands already have a burnt taste. The audience said it was fun to watch. In the end, Shangguan Fu seized the opponent's flaw with his strong strength. One blow established the victory. Shangguan Fu is so handsome. I want to give birth to a bunch of monkeys for you. Shangguan Fu entered the finals first. The winner of the next match between Ou Xiaoqiang and Luo Yang will directly enter the finals to compete with Shangguan Fu for the championship. The two losers of the semi-finals will enter the loser group to compete for the third place, and the loser will become the fourth. Luo Yang, the principal, said that as long as you can win, you can ask for any conditions. Lu Rushuang came to the lounge and told the other party that Luo Yang had made it to the semi-finals and was fully capable of giving it a try. Everyone is happy if he wins, and it doesn't matter if he loses. At least Luo Yang's appearance also saved some face for number 5 middle school. Even if he loses the game, the reward will not be less. Any conditions? I am excited when you say this. Luo Yang's eyes flashed with brilliance, and when Xiao Ling's level is raised, he will also start to contract the second pet, and the evolution materials at that time will definitely be a considerable expense. There are so many evolution materials stored in the school treasury, and he can save a lot of time. Teacher, don't worry. As long as the conditions are in place, you can kill the genius. Luo Yang patted his chest. On the other side, the atmosphere in the lounge of number 2 middle school was much heavier. It would be more painful to let them see the 5th middle school regain its glory than to kill them. What's more, it was even more painful to step on their corpses. Next is the second match of the semi-finals, Ou Xiaoqiang vs Luo Yang. The old grudges will appear on the stage, and it will be decided who will be the winner. Please come on stage. Under the cheers of the audience, Luo Yang and Ou Xiaoqiang came to the center of the ring. The ring was wrapped in a huge light shield to prevent the splashing energy from hurting the audience. More than 10 drones held high-definition cameras to clearly capture their every move. Even some details were not missed. All the cameras were aimed at the ring. As soon as he entered the stage, although Ou Xiaoqiang was no longer as arrogant as before, his eyes still looked like he was going to kill someone. Today's game can be said to be a battle of proof. With the honor of the school on his shoulders, Ou Xiaoqiang did not dare to be careless at all. As the beasts of both sides appeared on the stage, the two did not speak throughout the whole process. They both knew that now their words could not affect the final direction of the game. Only the winner was qualified to mock. Xiao Ling, go all out. Ou Xiaoqiang did not dare to be careless at all. Directly activate the talent, Blue Sea Waves. Let the Tide Messenger enter the prime posture. The eyes of the two pets were full of fighting spirit. Xiao Ling took the lead in attacking, and the golden sword broke through the air and stabbed at the weakness of the Tide Messenger. Damn it! Ou Xiaoqiang cursed. He knew the weakness of the Tide Messenger very well, and this weakness could be said to be very obvious, but normal people could not find it at all. The opponent's ability to accurately find the weakness of the pet must be the credit of the Eye of Evolution. Sure enough, S-level talents are not vegetarians. Ou Xiaoqiang's face was livid. Tide Messenger, don't let the opponent hit the weakness. Still looking for an opportunity to break the situation. Although the Tide Messenger is extremely powerful, his weakness is also fatal. The two fins on its abdomen are extremely fragile and are usually hidden under its body, but it did not expect to be discovered by Luo Yang. Now its weakness has been discovered by the opponent. Xiaoqiang was also confused. Let's fight. Xiaoqiang gritted his teeth and used all his strength. The Tide Messenger retreated rapidly, and the tsunami wrapped his whole body, but he still couldn't avoid being pierced in the abdomen by the golden sword, and he screamed in pain, and the light on his body dimmed a lot. Xiaoling took advantage of the victory and attacked the right arm of the Tide Messenger again. Boom! Xiaoling's mental power condensed into sword energy, and slashed fiercely on the right arm of the Tide Messenger. Blood flowed immediately. The Tide Messenger was injured and screamed miserably. Xiaoling didn't give him a chance at all. Fast. The speed increased sharply, and he came in front of the Tide Messenger in an instant, and a white streak of sword energy cut everything. As the ring gradually became quiet, all the people watching the game didn't react, crushing. Xiaoqiang was beaten throughout the game. Remember. In Ungshi, when you see students from our number 5 middle school in the future, bow your head and behave yourself. Luo Yang walked to Xiaoqiang and said. Xiaoqiang gritted his teeth, but the loser had no right to refute. Xiaoqiang walked out of the ring in a state of despair. It was in sharp contrast to his high-spirited appearance at the beginning. Now he was like a dog that had lost its home. Damn it, Luo Yang is awesome. He defeated number 5 middle school, and Xiaoqiang is not crazy now. Did he surrender? Luo Yang, what? You are the elite of all universities. Damn, I fight the elite. Principal Yang looked at Luo Yang. Principal Yang, number 5 middle school seems to be in good times. This Luo Yang has something, but I don't know who can be better than Shangguan Fu from number 1 middle school. The principal of number 4 middle school was full of envy, and even wondered why such a talented student did not come from their school. I naturally believe that our students from number 5 middle school can create miracles. Shangguan Fu looked at Luo Yang and smiled rarely. As I expected, Luo Yang, you are an interesting opponent. Let's see who will win on the field. Of course. The fact that Luo Yang crushed Xiaoqiang was reported by the media in an instant, and the friendly match was coming to an end, but the scene of today's game was still vivid in my mind. Everyone had only one thought in their mind: the new king should be established. And if Shangguan Fu can be defeated in the final, the value of the game is simply unimaginable. Warm reminder: if you find that clicking the next page will force you to jump to other websites, please use the chapter error or contact us at the bottom to inform us. We will handle it as soon as possible. Thank you for your understanding. Chapter 17, Starbreaking Sword Chi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. All eyes were focused here. The first confrontation between the two geniuses, both sides were S-level talents, so this battle was destined to be full of topics. Please summon your pets. As the contract array lit up, 2 king-level potential pets appeared at the same time. Even the 5 principals on the jury began to look forward to the peak showdown between the two geniuses, and new history will be witnessed by them. In the sword-to-sword confrontation, both of them are not on the ordinary path. They are very ambitious and full of confidence in themselves. This is a good thing and a bad thing. The principal of number 1 middle school said solemnly that not taking the ordinary path is destined to fight against the sky and people, and the road to growth is also full of thorns. Whether he can come out alive is also an unknown. Although he believes in Shangguan Fu's strength, when the strength of both sides is not much different, the test is not just these. Yes, it's time to let other cities know that our Ungshi has successors. Ungshi has been low-key for too long. If we don't move, we will be forgotten. Looking back, our Ungshi was also a famous genius holy land on Blue Star, but it has declined. The red-eyed knife and the spirit sword master looked at each other from a distance. This is the collision of sword energy and knife power. Both sides have their own pride. But the sword skills of the spirit sword master have reached the next stage, and the sword energy is more condensed and more sharp. The first round of confrontation, the spirit sword master easily crushed the red-eyed knife with his understanding of sword power. Shangguan Fu paid attention to the spirit sword master throughout the whole process. Although he was at a disadvantage in the first round of confrontation, the real game has not yet begun. Only a strong opponent can arouse his desire to win. Go all out. Weapon and weapon as one. Shangguan Fu directly activated his talent and completed the fusion in an instant. Surrounded by flames, the raging fire released by the red-eyed knife condensed into a flaming ghost face. It refuses to admit defeat. The sword and the knife are both excellent, and it wants to prove that it is the best. The red-eyed sword belongs to fire, and the spirit sword master belongs to gold. There is a little attribute restraint on the red-eyed sword, but the spirit sword master is stronger than the red-eyed sword in all aspects, so the restraint relationship can be ignored. It all depends on strength. Shangguan Fu stood on the ring, his hair behind him was like fire, as if the god of fire had descended, and the blood-red red-eyed sword seemed like a ghost demanding his life. The spirit sword master stood in the air, the white gauze on his body fluttered in the wind, his eyes ignored everything, and the Qianyuan sword flew behind him and turned into thousands of sword shadows, and the terrifying momentum seemed to cut through the void. The two opposite attributes restrained each other, but they were harmonious with each other. Sword chi turns into rain, that where the spirit sword master waved, sword chi suddenly spread like rain. This is a skill that the spirit sword master innovated according to the rules of sword chi. The dense sword rain instantly swept towards Shangguan Fu. Slash! That the red-eyed blade was not to be outdone, and the sword energy burst out from the whole body, condensing into a ferocious fire dragon. The skills of both sides collided violently. Outside the light shield, you can see the air waves caused by the attack rippling in the air. The rain of swords in the sky instantly pierced the fire dragon, and dense cracks appeared on the originally extremely solid fire dragon. In the end, the exploding fire cloud offset the sword rain. Neither side took advantage. Instead, he was repelled dozens of meters by the recoil force caused by the attack, and was almost shocked to internal injuries. What a powerful sword energy! The spirit sword master has a unique understanding of the sword, and the use of the sword is even more easy. Although the two talents are both top grade, there is still a little gap between the two sides. Is this the final? It's so exciting. Yes, Luo Yang's pet beast spirit sword master is unfathomable. It can be clearly seen that the red-eyed blade has obviously lost some of its strength, but the result has not yet come out, and it is still unknown who will win or lose. The audience talked a lot, and both players were geniuses among geniuses, but both have their own advantages and disadvantages. But when one side is outstanding, the disadvantages of the other side are infinitely magnified. As the first round of collision came to an end, the spirit sword master was not willing to be outdone. His jade hand stroked the sword body, and the sword body was instantly covered by a layer of invisible sword energy. At the same time, a blue stream of light surrounded him. Pray! Xiao Ling rushed rapidly in the air, and the long sword went straight to the vital point. Come on! Shangguan Fu had never fought such a hearty battle, and the boiling blood in his body constantly stimulated his nerves. He was holding the red pupil knife, and he was not afraid of the attack of the spirit sword master. Boom boom boom. The two sides collided fiercely, the two weapons intertwined in the air to form a huge lotus. Both of them are not limited to ordinary moves, but have special skills. This competition is destined to be a peak showdown. Good. This is interesting, I like it very much. Luo Yang's eyes burst into a bright light. He is determined to win this battle. No matter how glorious you are, I will knock you off the altar. The two fought again. This time, Shangguan Fu used all his strength. The flames spread all over the land. That this is the characteristic of the red-eyed sword. The teacher of No. 1 middle school looked at Shangguan Fu, who seemed to be pushed to the limit, and clenched his old hands tightly. He couldn't believe that the student who had high hopes for him would be defeated by others. He was forced to a dead end by stimulating the characteristics at all costs. It seems that you are almost at your limit. Luo Yang murmured. He even stimulated the characteristics of the red-eyed sword at all costs. What a fighting madman. Ha! Limit? The feeling of being pushed to the limit is really wonderful. Shangguan Fu raised his head and roared, his whole body burning with fiery red flames. At the same time, the amplification skills were released. Luo Yang, the strongest move, please accept it. Shangguan Fu's expression was indifferent. Even if he lost the game, he didn't care. He only knew that today's battle benefited him a lot. He hasn't been so refreshed for a long time. The strongest move, come on. Luo Yang also activated all his trump cards in one breath. Fire God slash, a knife slashed out. The whole air was evaporated in an instant, and the red pupil knife carried a raging flame, instantly piercing the sky and covering the spirit sword user. Star-breaking sword energy, the sword energy of the spirit sword user was equally domineering and also contained the power to destroy the stars. Bang, a dull sound resounded through the sky, and the two people's offensives collided, bursting into a dazzling brilliance. The onlookers held their breath. Who is the winner? No one thought about this question anymore. They were all immersed in the wonderful game. The light gradually faded, two figures appeared, they stood on the left and right, each holding a weapon, looking at each other quietly. The spirit sword master had a cold face, and the Qianyuan's sword in his hand automatically flew back behind him. The world can only see the sword immortal's arrogance, but the most gentle scene will only bloom for Luo Yang. On the other hand, Shangguan Fu had a trace of bright red blood on the corner of his mouth, and the red pupil knife was also shaking violently. He and the red pupil knife had reached their limits. He had a relieved smile on his face. You won, but sooner or later I will surpass you. As Shangguan Fu's weak voice sounded, Luo Yang smiled and said, from the moment you were defeated by me, you can only look up to me, and the gap between us will only get bigger and bigger, but I still look forward to the day when you surpass me. Chapter 18 Winning the Game. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. The cheers at the scene echoed through the sky. Luo Yang is awesome. As a man, I think he is so handsome. I won't say more. Guli's flag must be fulfilled. After saying this, the guy found a cardboard box and wrapped it around his lower body. He took off all the clothes in other areas, and then started running naked in front of everyone. This move ignited the atmosphere at the scene, and then all kinds of weird flags appeared. It can be seen that they did it willingly and no one forced them. Luo Yang's answer is too violent. It's a sure blow, but having said that, if I win, I'll be crazier than him. The students of number 5 middle school went crazy. They stood up and could proudly say that they were students of number 5 middle school. Even Lu Rushuang was moved to tears. They lost count of how long they went without victory. They also urgently need a victory to stabilize their morale. The boy now standing in the center of the ring did it. Victory achieved by stepping on the proud heads of each one. This game is destined to go down in history. At this moment, the spotlight belongs only to him. The others paled next to him. Well done, Shaoling. Luo Yang smiled and walked towards the spirit sword master. His cold face melted the moment he saw Luo Yang, and a moving smile blossomed. They high-fived in unison. As the lights focused, this photo will be forever fixed. In the judge's box, the principal of number 1 middle school sighed. Time is also fate. The first-generation beast control master of number 1 middle school was also defeated by the first-generation beast master of number 5 middle school. This fate seemed to be a reincarnation. After going round and round, I returned to the starting point. The media did not miss such a big hot spot. Just 3 minutes after the game ended, the media pushed this information to the entire Engshi area. Soon it spread throughout Engshi. Luo Yang's name was also known to everyone. Returned to the lounge, others gathered around him in an instant. The girls surrounded Luo Yang layer by layer. All kinds of fragrances penetrated his nose, and some girls boldly showed their love and put on wonderful poses. Luo Yang was surrounded by so many people, and his elbows could touch a lot of soft things. His ears turned red just by brushing them. After all, he was still a virgin. Where have I ever experienced such a big scene? In this case, Monk Tang would have to break his precepts. Even if Luo Yang wants to, these girls will obediently come to his door and make requests casually. Girl. But the most indispensable thing now is girls. As the game comes to an end, the principals, teachers, and students of all schools came on stage, and everyone took a group photo. Luo Yang stood in the C position without any objection. Other talented boys and girls can only be reduced to foils. Originally, I wanted to invite them to stay for dinner, but now number 5 middle school is defending its dignity on its home court. They also feel that their faces are dull, their teeth are blocked even when they drink cold water, and they are not in the mood to eat. After saying goodbye politely, we took the bus and left here. In the bus, Xiaoqiang looked at Luo Yang's back and lost his mind for a moment. It can be seen that game completely shattered his pride, and the word Luo Yang completely became a nightmare in his heart. Sheng Wanfu was still immersed in that battle, constantly thinking about where he needed to improve, and working hard to regain his place next time. Fighting is the fastest way to conquer him. Fighting Madman is not a name he deserves in vain. Being knocked off the altar did not break his heart, but instead made him stronger. At this point, the annual friendly match has completely kicked off. Luo Yang gained a lot from this friendly match. Now it is the fragrant steamed buns of number 5 middle school, which can be said to be the most special one in number 5 middle school. Luo Yang sat in the lounge and thought to himself, if you help number 5 middle school win the championship in this friendly match, the prize money will surely be large, right? After all, if you don't raise a pet animal, you don't know how expensive food, rice, oil and salt are. I have a debt of 10 million before graduation. If I hadn't won the competition, I don't know when I would be able to pay it off. It is comparable to a 4-legged gold-eating beast. And this is just one head. If there are 2 or 3 heads, that's unthinkable. As the game ends, Luo Yang went to the school cafeteria as usual and ordered his favorite pork trotter noodles. Being able to eat this bowl of pig trotter noodles was the happiest thing when he was a child. Then Luo Yang extravagantly added 2 large chicken legs and sent one of them to the beast controlling space. Xiaoling is also training crazily in the beast controlling space, and has the property of a transparent sword heart. Even without infinite extraction, her skill proficiency is still improving very quickly. While waiting for the noodles, sudden, a dark shadow came next to Luo Yang. Principal Yang came to Luo Yang with a dinner plate and found a seat to sit down. Luo Yang stood up quickly when he saw this. Hello, Principal. Little guy, don't be stressed. You performed very well today. After all, I have to thank you. It is precisely because of your performance that number 5 middle school can get out of the predicament. Of course I have to fulfill my promise. I will give you various other rewards. I will ask Teacher Lu to make statistics at that time. Of course, there is also a special reward that I will tell you after your level increases. Principal Yang gave it a try, then lowered his head and ate beef noodles. Mysterious reward, that if it can make the principal feel mysterious, then this reward is still worth something. At least the effort must be directly proportional to the value. But Luo Yang carefully grasped a few key words. The level has been improved. Is it related to my second pet beast? Luo Yang murmured. After all, he didn't lack anything else. It's almost done. I'll leave first. You eat slowly. After Principal Yang had eaten and drank, he stood up and prepared to leave. Before leaving, he patted Luo Yang on the shoulder. Come on, the future belongs to you young people. Practice well. If you have anything you don't understand, feel free to come to my office to see me. If you need anything, you can call me. My number is 138x times 7777. Luo Yang shook his head and didn't think too much. My top priority is to increase the level of the spirit sword user, and at the same time, find skills suitable for the spirit sword user to improve her strength in all aspects. After all, if your talent cannot widen the skill gap with beast masters of the same level, then it will be truly wasted. Since the first pet beast, the spirit sword user, was also among the best among offensive pet beasts, Luo Yang considered the second pet beast as an auxiliary beast. However, auxiliary pet beasts are very rare, and the degree of preciousness varies greatly depending on the auxiliary direction. Therefore, it is also very difficult to find a suitable auxiliary pet, especially to meet the requirements for alienation. No matter what, Luo Yang still had the attitude of giving it a try. He believed in his luck. After eating the pork knuckle noodles, it was getting late, and students kept wanting to take photos with me along the way. It's not easy for me to refuse, so I can't just show off my big name just after winning. The key is that these students are very enthusiastic, and some even brought themselves gifts. Luo Yang did not accept some expensive gifts, but a very commemorative photo. Chapter 19 Special Training Class. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next day, Luo Yang came to school as usual. Yesterday, I helped Xiaoling practice in the beast control space for a whole night, and the effect was remarkable. The level has reached level 6, and the proficiency of each skill has been increased by 15 points. Among them, Broken Star has improved faster, and the proficiency increased by 30 points after one night of hard training. Of course, this also has a lot to do with the characteristics of the spirit sword user. The comprehensive strength has been greatly improved. Now face Shangwan Fu, winning will only be easier. This kind of cultivation speed will probably slow down a lot in the later stages, but compared to others, my cultivation speed is already quite incredible. Even Luo Yang received feedback from the pet beast, and his physical level also broke through to level 6, and his soul and reaction ability were several times stronger. Follow this pace, the spirit sword user can grow up quickly, and when the time comes, he can also explore the secret realm, come to school and sit on the thrones of the guardians on the left and right. Today is also an unusual day, separate classes. Students are divided into different classes according to their talents. In order to better prepare for the Beast Control University, Luo Yang came to the door of the class and heard everyone still discussing yesterday's game. Luo Yang has really taken off. I heard that the principal has come to him specifically to discuss the reward. In just one day, Luo Yang will counterattack and become a multimillionaire. Even my mother knows Luo Yang's name. And asked me to learn from him. Sigh. Although I'm envious, you can do it if you have this kind of strength. Now that Luo Yang has completely left us behind, I wonder if he will be able to take advantage of his success in the 5th middle school. Shoo. Keep your voice down, Luo Yang is here. Luo Yang returned to the classroom and sat down. Soon Lu Rushuang came to the classroom. Looking around, the students below saw Lu Rushuang's eyes falling on him and lowered their heads one after another, not daring to look directly into his eyes. Lu Rushuang's outfit today is still very eye-catching, wearing a black cheongsam that perfectly accentuates her graceful figure. Especially those straight and beautiful legs attract the attention of countless people. Everyone, be quiet. Today is the day to assign classes. The 5 major classes in number 5 middle school are divided into 3 classes, namely the ordinary class, the elite class and the special training class. I am the teacher of the special training class. Next, the students whose names I read will report to their respective classes. At the same time, I also want to remind everyone not to think that they have no future after being assigned to the ordinary class. Let me tell you, there are no useless beasts, only useless beast masters. Zhang Xiang, elite class. Li San, regular class. As Lu Rushuang was assigned, the distribution was completed. It can be seen that most students are assigned to ordinary classes, a small number are assigned to elite classes, and a few are assigned to special training classes. Entering the special training class would have awakened C-level talents at worst, but if it hadn't been for the decline of talents in the 5th middle school. The original threshold for the special training class was to reach B level at worst. If they could enter the special training class, resources and teachers would be tilted towards them. The goal is to rank among the top 10 beast-controlling universities. Not surprisingly, Luo Yang became one of them. Okay, the class allocation is complete, don't be depressed. Even in the ordinary class, there is a chance to enter the elite class, and those who are able will get it. This school is very open-minded. Everyone, please report to your respective classes. Several others came to the special training class under the leadership of Lu Rushuang. You can see that it is indeed quite spacious, and there are very few students in the special training class. There are more than 30 students in total. After yesterday's game, Luo Yang became famous in one fell swoop. As a result, the position of special training class instructor is extremely popular. And there are even instructors from other schools who want to change jobs and come here to compete for the position of special training class instructor. After all, everyone knows, with Luo Yang here, his future performance will not be bad, and he can even add a perfect touch to his political achievements. This is what many teachers dream of. There were even teachers in number 5 middle school who fought over this position. If Principal Yang hadn't stopped it in time, there's no telling what bad things will happen. In the end, it was Lu Rushuang who defied all opinions and qualified for this position with her strong strength and excellent teaching quality. Everyone's name is posted on the table, so everyone can sit down quickly. Luo Yang found his position, leaning against the wall in the 2nd row. When I saw the name posted on the table next to me, somewhat surprised, my deskmate turned out to be Lin Yuwei, a timid and shy girl. Hello. Luo Yang greeted her politely. Hello, my name is Lin Yue. After saying that, he carefully looked at the high-spirited young man with his peripheral vision. In his impression, Luo Yang was very aloof, liked to be a loner, and had few friends in school. What are you looking at? Is there something on my face? Luo Yang noticed Lin Yue's gaze and asked in confusion. No. No. Lin Yue stuttered nervously, her eyes avoided looking at Luo Yang, and she quickly lowered her head to do her own thing. Luo Yang felt strange but didn't say much. The current curriculum still combines theory and practice. Due to the unstable strength of most students, the school considered the danger and did not arrange to practice in the secret realm. Learning theory is the same as learning Chinese and mathematics. Help, I don't want to go to class anymore. Luo Yang had a headache. He had to go to class before and after the time travel, but fortunately, the theoretical knowledge of beast control is derived from monster beasts, which is much more interesting than ordinary textbooks. The books they were given all had pictures of monsters, as well as their habits, preferences, and things to pay attention to. They had been reading these since they were young, and it had become a habit, just like compulsory education. In this world, knowing and understanding monsters is their compulsory education. These are things that need to be memorized by rote. They are related to life and must not be taken lightly. Smart parents let their children read these from an early age, but Luo Yang didn't need these. His humorous eyes were enough to solve everything, and he could also learn knowledge that was not recorded in the books. Lu Rushuang also knew that Luo Yang had a special talent, so even if he slept in class, she didn't say anything, but just warned him with her eyes not to be too presumptuous, and she also used Luo Yang as a case to tell everyone that if you don't have such a talent, you have to work harder than him. Lu Rushuang explained the theoretical knowledge of beast control on the podium, and she was very detailed, and the students below listened very seriously. Only Luo Yang fell asleep on the table, and time passed very quickly in his sleep, as the bell rang. Luo Yang, remember to come to my office after class. Lin Yue saw that Luo Yang was still asleep, so she quickly woke him up with her hand and whispered to him. Luo Yang, the teacher told you to go find her after class. Luo Yang didn't dare to be too presumptuous and quickly responded. Teacher, I know. Lu Rushuang rolled her eyes at him and prepared to deal with him in the next practical class. Okay. The others can go home now. Rest for 2 days tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Don't forget to practice. If I see that you haven't made any progress in practice in 2 days, just wait. I won't kill you by then. Teacher, don't worry, we will definitely practice well. Alas, it's not easy to have a holiday, so I have to go to the brothel to listen to music. I'll be bored if I don't listen to music. What, you still have this hobby? Isn't that a coincidence? I like it too. Listening to music in the brothel can be said to be a wonderful thing in the world. You can relax after practicing. Young people should also pay attention to the combination of work and rest. Chapter 20 Beast Taming Mall. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After Luo Yang woke up, there was a satisfied smile on his face. It should be about the bonus, such a large amount of money. Luo Yang began to plan in his mind how to spend it. I just have 2 days off tomorrow and the next 2 days. Luo Yang planned to take the spirit sword user to visit the beast control mall today, see if there is anything suitable for a spirit sword wielder, and take her to relax. School is over. Luo Yang followed Lu Rushuang. All he thought about was money, and his teeth couldn't be closed when he smiled. Just when she was lost in thought, Lu Rushuang paused in front. Luo Yang was walking mindlessly and then accidentally, the whole person pounced directly on him. Even his hands accidentally collided with Lu Rushuang. This wonderful feeling made people feel a little ecstatic. The tip of her nose was close to Lu Rushuang's back. Luo Yang could clearly smell Lu Rushuang's body fragrance. Just while lingering, Luo Yang woke up suddenly. The warmth from his hands made Luo Yang tremble all over, and he couldn't help but say something. So big and moist, that a muffled groan came from Lu Rushuang's mouth. Luo Yang's face turned red instantly. He raised his head hurriedly. Yes, I'm sorry, Teacher Lu. I don't know what happened to my hands. I don't obey my orders. It's my fault. You know, if you are a righteous boy, how can you do such a prodigal thing? You, sir, have plenty of them. Lu Rushuang's face turned red with embarrassment. She didn't know whether she cared about the sound she just made or Luo Yang's dishonest hand. Then he looked at Luo Yang angrily. Luo Yang also realized that he had just done something wrong and quickly lowered his head, not daring to look at her. In his heart, he was cursing himself why he suddenly fell into a daze and even knocked down the other party. There was a cry of bad luck in my heart. But I still missed the residual heat in my hand. But then a voice sounded in Luo Yang's heart. You thief, how dare you mess with my Taoist heart? Lu Rushuang looked at Luo Yang's embarrassed look, shook her head and smiled bitterly, thinking that this kid would be quick to apologize. Then he looked around and was relieved to find that no one was there. You are not allowed to tell anyone about this. Don't worry, I will definitely keep my mouth shut and won't tell anyone what happened to us. Luo Yang spoke sternly, but his eyes still fell on Lu Rushuang involuntarily. Lu Rushuang felt something was wrong in the atmosphere, and then quickly changed the subject. Let's go back to my office first. Lu Rushuang left first, and Luo Yang quickly followed. Back to the office, Lu Rushuang called Luo Yang aside. It seems that Lu Rushuang is still thinking about what happened just now, and the blush on her face has not dissipated. At this time, Lu Rushuang has a unique charm. Although Luo Yang knew what was going on, he still stood aside honestly. Sit. Lu Rushuang pointed to the sofa, then she stood up and took out the documents on the table and handed them to Luo Yang. Look at it, it's your prize money for winning the competition and the school's rewards. Luo Yang took the file and opened it slowly. I saw the competition rewards clearly recorded on it. Friendly match rewards, 0.1.2000 W Huaxia coin. 2. Experience candies *5 that speed up the training of pet beasts, only applicable to elite beasts. 0.3. Choose one of Lord-level potential pet beasts or Lord-level monster crystal cores, awards given by the school. 1. Pay off the 1 million yuan beast loan and receive a reward of 1 million Huaxia coins. 2. You can choose any epic evolution material from the school treasure house that in addition to the beast control loan that the school helped him pay off, it was equivalent to the school also giving him 20 million. The total value of these things exceeds 50 million, not to mention there are materials that speed up the cultivation speed of pet beasts. This stuff is difficult to buy even if you have money. It has a price but no market. As soon as it appeared, it was basically monopolized by families and schools, and they all used it to train their own children. There are even fewer that can be spread. It seems that number 1 middle school really spent a lot of money, but I didn't expect that I would miss it. What is instant wealth? This is it. Luo Yang's confidence instantly increased, even his shoulders straightened, and his eyes were filled with happiness. Teacher, give me a Lord-level monster crystal core as the reward for the friendly competition, and leave everything else unchanged. Okay, some other things have been discounted for you. If you are sure there is no problem, just sign at the bottom and the money will arrive in your account within an hour. As for the other materials, they have been put into the storage bag for you. After Lu Rushuang finished speaking, she took out a small black bag from the drawer and threw it directly to Luo Yang. This small bag looks ordinary and even a little shabby on the surface, but very practical. Such a small storage bag contains everything. Although it is just the lowest end storage bag, the space inside is as big as a room, and the price sold outside is not cheap. After all, anything related to time and space is not cheap. Teacher, this storage bag. That one was given to you by the school. It's the face of number 5 middle school after all. It doesn't even have a storage bag. Lu Rushuang waved her hand. The other thing is, don't be distracted when you win the game. Do everything steadily. You are still young and your future has just begun. I am still waiting for you to become famous as a blue star. Then I can also brag that you were my student. Don't worry, teacher, this day will definitely come. If there's nothing else, I'll go back first. Luo Yang was now thinking about money. Go. 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 Lu Rushuang waved her hand impatiently and told him to go out. He had no manners at all. He was so cruel just now. I still feel the pain from being caught. Leaving the school, Luo Yang picked up a bicycle, he hummed a song and was in a very happy mood. Then he ran to the largest beast-controlling mall in the city. by the way, see the world. And the 2 days of rest should not be wasted. We should make good use of it and improve our strength. After riding for more than half an hour, Luo Yang saw the brightly lit mall. The trademark is a huge dragon head, some details are also done very well. The dragon whiskers and dragon scales are painted very vividly. It looks lifelike. There is a large area of shopping malls around here, and the bustling crowd is surging here, because today is Friday. There are also many people shopping in the mall. There are even stalls selling roasted beast meat at the door. Luo Yang released the spirit sword from the beast controlling space. Summoning pets is generally not allowed in shopping malls. After all, some pets are too big, and it is very inconvenient to appear in shopping malls, and it is easy to cause chaos, but fortunately, the Spirit Sword Master is basically the same as humans. When the Spirit Sword Master came out, he looked around excitedly like a little girl. Usually, she stayed in the beast control space. Although she was practicing all the time, she still felt very boring when she was idle. Luo Yang also saw the change in the Spirit Sword Master's mentality, so he took her out for a walk during the holiday. Otherwise, if she continued to practice, it would be more or less affected. This is a test of the Beast Master's eyesight. Some Beast Masters found that their pets were abnormal, but they just didn't know where the problem was, which led to the slow progress of their pets' practice. In severe cases, their strength would even decline, and there were many such cases. After all, pets are also living flesh and blood, and they also have emotions in them. Xiaoling, I know you are bored alone in the beast control space. It happens that today is a holiday, so we can play freely, and I will pay for everything. Luo Yang patted her excited head. Yeah. Long live the master. Xiaoling was so excited that she was shaking a little while holding Luo Yang's hand. Luo Yang couldn't help but smile when he saw this. This mode of getting along was very comfortable, but it should be said, the Spirit Sword Master was somewhat different.